Welcome to the New Millennium Culture Podcast. Your hosts are Hurt Alert, Marcel Rivers, King 8, and Just Al. Every Thursday, we will bring you a piece of reality with information on Black culture, news, and sports.
I got a Bible for my birthday this year. I just turned 31. So technically I'm behind on game, but I've had the Bible app on my phone. But I feel like
that's what I use, the Bible app.
I mean, if you have something, you're good. But I feel like it's necessary.
Is that a cheat code? Having the Bible?
You need the legit.
I mean,
bro, at church they don't even have the hard cover copies in the dang old church. You use the app.
Listen,
stop playing, Hurt.
I'm gonna say this. The app buys you until 32. That's all I'm gonna say. That the app will get you to 32.
Added a whole rule on there. Okay. Yeah, look.
At least one pair of hard bottom shoes or boots. The next thing, and this is near and dear to my heart, you need a hobby. Okay.
Yep. Yes, on my list as well.
By 30, you are not ripping and running. At least you shouldn't be ripping and running the way you were in your 20s. I mean, if you are, that's cool. But let's be honest, man. After 30, bro, I don't got the same energy levels to be out here doing all that. I need something that's going to keep me out of trouble, something that I can be constructive with. Sometimes it makes you money. Sometimes it doesn't.
I'm just going to say the ones that he did not mention.
Okay.
I believe you need a stable job or be in your career, or at least starting into your career by 30. You need to know what you're going to do or like to do and have a plan. You know what I'm saying? You really need to be focused on this. I'm going to be a producer. By 30, if you want to be a producer, you should already have the tools and everything set for you to be a producer. If that's your goal, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or whatever you want to do. Next I got education, but education could be, going to college. It could be getting a certification. It could be even self-taught, you know what I'm saying? But you should constantly be learning, and you should have some kind of knowledge about whatever field you want to go into.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you got to have some knowledge, man. I said discipline.
Ooh.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Because I ain't gonna knock you out now. I might just be like, hey, bro, I don't want no problems. But before 30, I might have knocked your ass out.
Yeah, you did. That's what you used to do.
So yeah, before 30.
I'm behind on this. I don't have a passport because I have not been outside the country. I know, but I've been a broke college student.
Hey, don't worry.
So
I have not left the country. The wife has asked for me to leave the country. I refuse to go over water for a long period of time because this what happened. I watched that episode of Lost, right?
Oh, this dude.
And that airplane just disappeared, and nobody could find them. I don't want to be that guy.
Man, you can't worry about that, man.
Now, I mean, maybe this is just me in the weird way that I think, but if you disappear in a plane, is that so bad?
I got kids, man.
I mean, I get that now from a family man perspective. I'm thinking I'm kind of dull right here. So to me, it's like, okay, if you got kids, I get that. But
did you see the show? Did you see the show Lost? Or be careful who you have kids with. It's about your sanity and people's mental health as well. When you have kids and when you are with somebody, they can be completely different until that kid comes because they might want something more from you that you may not want. And that's roles for back and forth, vice versa. So I don't agree with that statement. I hate that statement. That's a cop-out statement to say to somebody.
But I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that because yes, situations change, but at the same time, if you're having kids before you fully know who that person is, that's too soon.
Yeah, it depends.
But when you get married, you don't even know who that person is still.
And that's a fact. I'm not saying that the minute you get married.
every 5 years you change, your circle changes,
Exactly.
your dynamic changes, your environment changes. So if your kid 15, that's 3 times of a cycle that somebody has changed.
Right.
So you can't necessarily say be careful because I'm not the same guy 15 years ago. 15,
Well,
I'm a whole different person.
I'm not saying it's foolproof. I'm not saying it's foolproof by any means, but I'm saying if you having a kid with somebody and y'all have known each other for X amount of months versus X amount of years, there is a higher percentage that you understand what you're getting yourself into with this person.
If you have a kid with a woman that's for the streets, you know what you're about to get into.
The streets.
It's certain things that's just if you know she for the streets, you know what's gonna happen, Captain. So it depends on the situation, but I get it though. You know, everybody does change.
The system is made to provide for a woman to stay at home. I agree. The system is terrible because women are making a lot more money now. They're in higher positions than the man. The man is having more struggles. I mean, the roles have flipped a lot. But I don't give a damn. I'm gonna work 3-4 jobs because I ain't about to sit at home for nobody.
Hell, in our community, we barely can stay alive, let alone get a good paying job to pay 40% of my check, take care of the kid, and still, you know what I'm saying, maintain. It goes way deeper than that.
I think the rich
to Mrs. Rivers.
Something else.
I mean, me personally, I'm just jump in only because I have very limited experience in the middle of it, but I've been around a lot of individuals who have been on both sides of child support. I feel like it can be a good thing, but I feel like there's a decent majority of, I hate to say, women that abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel when it's abused, that's where it becomes unfair. If you're getting child support and your child is still struggling, we have an issue. You getting child support, you getting your hair done, you got designer shoes and bags. Your daughter still ain't had her hair done. She got 4-year-old barrettes in her hair. We got a bigger issue. So I think, yes, it can be very beneficial, but I feel like a lot of people have abused it to where it's no longer viewed that way. That's my opinion.
No, hey, I totally agree. For the ones that abuse it, man, like I said, it's hard to decipher prior.
But on the other side, people don't realize that how much money is put into pro sports as a recruitment tool for people to come to the army or the military. So it's kind of like propaganda, almost like how they used to do back in the day. And it's always been a tradition to keep it in sports. Me personally, I don't see what besides the business side of it, there's really no real reason why we need the national anthem in sports, especially with the NBA, when you have so many different backgrounds coming in and ethnic groups that come and play for the league, come from overseas, they come from Canada. But at the end of the day, the NBA is in America, so you should, represent your country. But when you bring in so many nationalities, it's kind of like, I can challenge that. Just like we want the Black national anthem played before games, and everybody want to get all uproar, but they don't understand the history behind it. But your league is predominantly Black. So I see both sides of it. I'm definitely for I'm more so like whatever the team chooses, I support it. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, fuck the flag, fuck this and all that. But I do see both sides. But if you see the business side of it, if I'm a businessman and I pay you $1 million to do something, you better do it. And that's how I do look at it on the business side. But when I look at it as an African American, you need to play the Black national anthem, and you could play the American national anthem, and you need to play the Canadian national anthem. And they do it in hockey. Hockey plays the Canadian national anthem and the American national anthem.
Well, and Toronto trying to win, right? I'm not betting all on Black. I don't put all my cards on the table for one hand of blackjack. You feel me? Right. So to me, I feel like maybe at this point in life, trading isn't the best bang for my buck, only because I'm still trying to do so much with my money. It's spread thin already. So
Right.
taking away from that is going to do more harm to me, whether I win or lose. So I kind of am staying away from that.
And that's completely understandable because trading is not for everyone. There are definitely other alternatives. Mutual funds, money market accounts, is one. I would say, I see a lot of shoes back there.
This
That.
all green screen filter. That's not real. That's not
Oh
real.
no, that's
Oh,
real.
okay.
That's real. That is real. Don't let him
that
fool you.
that is like a business back there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's a
a business.
full investment right there.
That's an investment right there. So I think you can always find something. Even with financially lit, we've grown to where now we trying to find different things within financially lit to fund our company. So Marcel got on our hoodie right now. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to do that. I didn't know how to do that worth nothing as of June 2020. That's when I started making our merch. And that was just another way, because we're nonprofit. That was a way for me to kind of find a way to fund how our setup, our studio setup, mics, cameras, just giving back to the community, putting on events. Those was different ways for me to find other ways to invest in our company. And then we have something else coming out for stocks. And it's kind of.
If we don't go to therapy, do you suggest that people utilize the ACEs format to see their type of trauma?
No.
Do you think it's valuable to a person or to a client when you work with them?
I think it's valuable to a degree, because I think people know if they have trauma, but looking at the ACE scoring sheet is not going to help you resolve the trauma. It's just going to validate the fact that you have trauma. Therapy is going to give you space to work through the trauma, right? Because what I find that a lot of people end up doing is they educate themselves about the problems that they have, but when they educate themselves about the problems they have, it just makes it easier, or it equips them to be able to justify why they're showing up in the world in a way that don't work. Right. So it's like, yeah, you got trauma, but let's reach out for some tools that are going to help you move past that space. So I think it's helpful, but I wouldn't just stay there.
You got a comment that says Stump Diddy said that doesn't look like us. We deal with the media that always label us as thugs. We have people that look at us because if we sag, then we're just wrong. We got the guy down in Florida who's teaching his kids how to use guns properly, but because he has tattoos on his body, he's looked at as a gang member. It's like everything that we do in society, we're always a target of some sort. And it doesn't matter if it's with our women, non-women. It's just we deal with so much that our lifestyle, we just like, fuck it. We just gonna deal with it. And it's just like, but at some point, for us to avoid depression and dealing with psychosis, I guess that's what they call it, like that first stage of psychosis. Like, how do we really avoid that? How do we start acknowledging those emotions?
Woo, Marcel, that's a loaded question right there, but it's a good one, because I'm thinking of so many. I'm seeing in my mind just the faces of Black men that I've counseled over the years, and honestly, what has brought men to my office in particular has either been they have been mandated by their work, their family has completely fallen apart, which sometimes that looks like the wife leaving, or kids no longer talking to them, or even just being pushed by family members to really get some help and support. And so, let me answer the question this way. I think there's a few layers to that question. So I think with Black men addressing their mental health, or even just their feelings in general, I think it starts with just asking yourself, like, what is going on with me? What is going on with me? And that's a question that a lot of people, or women too, struggle with answering that, right? It's asking what is going on with me and trying to put words to that. because usually what I find is that my black men struggle with being able to put words to their experience. Black men, not even just black men, even white men have a great way of being able to intellectualize their feelings and talk they talk real good, talk you in a freaking circle, and not have talked about anything of substance when it comes to their feelings or what's really going on, what's really the heart of the matter. And so that's where I would say start, is just asking yourself, what is going on for me? Being curious about why you're doing what you're doing, right? Even asking yourself questions like, when, let's say, if you're talking to your wife or your girlfriend or even the kids, and you respond in a way that comes off as a negative to other people, you can ask yourself, okay, when they said this to me, what did that do in me? How did that make me feel? Where did I feel that in my body? Right? Some people may say my heart started racing, or they may say my stomach just got into knots, or I felt really shaky all over my body, right? Like, that's anxiety. But at least trying to put words to it, so that if you decide to meet with a therapist, or even if you talk to somebody that has awareness about mental health, they can help you put words to your experience, right? Like, I had one client that was like, I just don't feel right. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do you need an ambulance? Like, what do you mean? And all he could say is, I just don't feel right. I don't feel right in my body. I don't feel good. And he was suffering with severe anxiety, but he would have gotten overlooked even if he went to, I remember him going to the ER and they were just like, nothing's wrong with you, right? Like, because he could not put words to how he was feeling.
What would you say the stigma on black QBs are?
The stigma against black QBs are that they're unintelligent, that they're more athletic than they are intelligent. They can't read defenses. They say they are runners more than they are passers. They're not great pocket passers. They don't have great pocket presence. The stigma with black quarterbacks is basically just they're the most athletic person on your team, and that's how they begin to play quarterback. So when they get to the big boy leagues, they are not as intelligent or have all the proper skills and leadership skills. They say they're not great leaders as well, and that the black quarterbacks don't have the great leadership skills that white quarterbacks do. So that's some of the things that they say.
The white QBs have that blacks don't.
Hold on, say that again.
So what makes a white QB a better leader than a black QB? Because to me, it just sounds like what I've seen in the NFL is that we're just a little bit more vocal as far as like our style, our fashion, our swag, the way we walk. They don't like that, and they want us to just pretty much, like we talked about earlier, just shut up and work. Just shut up and play football. Don't speak your mind. Don't walk with swag. When we have frustration, we're vocal about it. But it's been many times that Tom Brady, it's been locker rumors of what he has said. There's been times where they done said Aaron Rodgers said some shit, Drew Brees.
Of course.
But the minute that the black QB say something, that was a problem. The one.
You already know I am Herd Alert.
I'm Marcel Rivers 21.
I am King 8, aka the Great Value Therapist, aka Black Oogway, aka Mr. Drop the Beat, aka the Fresh Sock, aka Black Zordon, aka Heavy Jesus, aka Mr. Uno Mas, aka Mr. Holographic Squirtle, aka Big Belly Adonis. Let's go.
Man. Let's go.
Know from Cleveland or wherever, if you don't care who you is, if you know Kid Cudi, that first album was mental health.
That's all it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Mental health. Yep. And Kurt Cobain killed himself, bro, from drugs and other stuff. But it takes some real mental health issues to kill yourself.
Yeah.
So with them two correlating together, it should have been about mental health, or it should have been about anything.
I believe. Yeah, he went about it the wrong way.
It could have been about drugs. It could have been about mental health. It could have been about stereotypes.
So,
period.
The song he performed in it was "Sad People," and
bro,
I mean, the song had the message in it about mental health and all that, but I totally believe he went about it in the wrong way to get publicity on it. Mental health is definitely an issue in the country with people of all races and everything, but by him wearing that dress, it took away from all of that. It took away from the point he was trying to make.
Nobody gives a fuck about the song. I'm gonna just tell you that.
Nobody
Right.
gives a fuck about that dress because that ain't what the man wore.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that have no clue what the song is.
Yeah,
They just give a fuck about what it is. Like I don't. And then the Dunbar's comment real quick. Granted, yes, you can wear whatever you buy, but let's be real, bro. You not in the women's section looking for shit to wear out on the weekends. Like, hey, bro, this dress gonna kill him with these J's. Like, chill out, man. Like, that's not.
House, my nigga. Like,
yeah, that's not. No,
that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes get clowned for wearing shorts that's too short. You feel me?
Right.
I would prefer that over a nigga with a armless.
I mean, exactly. The spaghetti strap joint. Yeah. Girls can't even wear those in high school. Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because like when I posted about it, a girl I know, she got on and she was like, "Well, women wear pants," and I'm like, "Bro, that's a bad equivalent because women have women's pants." You see what I'm saying? Like they not walking, they not walking around and
wearing a dress is just like a woman wearing a jockstrap, yo. Like it's just certain shit that's made for a gender.
Time out. How many people in this podcast watch anime?
I do.
Yes.
9 times out of 10, they got men wearing dresses in anime, and it's not a problem. In other cultures, they got men that wear dresses in theater, and it's not a problem. When it comes to us, we are the only people that pick. At the end of the day, if that's what a person want to wear, that's what a motherfucker want to wear. Clothes don't define the person, bro.
That's funny.
Hey, but doesn't each community have their own guidelines of what you should and shouldn't do, though?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's very true. That's very true. But then you got to think about this: the guidelines that we as a black community have been instilled to us by a government that don't fuck with us, bro. Think about the way of thinking that we have. The way of thinking that we have is not our own.
But that purpose of him saying it was a tribute. Did you see the collage I made? He had that dude Kurt had 20 other damn outfits he could have wore other than that dress. But like I said, it was a good publicity stunt.
I guess it was just whatever show that Kurt Cobain had did wearing that dress had some significance in the musical world. You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't anime Danielle Rivers, but you can't.
I'm so glad.
But look, this the thing. You got to bring up the anime because almost everybody in the black community watches anime, no matter how much shit they talk about it.
But it's fiction. How many black niggas is flying around or shooting lasers?
No, it's not. No, bro. It's made into a fantasy. But again, in real life, you have Japanese men that wear dresses and full-blown makeup in theater. And then they actually, it's a cultural thing. Again, at the end of the day, it's what you
don't have Blake Shelton going on stage talking about some hey country fans. Let me wear a dress for y'all because this is a tribute. It's only like he said, it's the hip hop community which targets what? Black man.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, there is an agenda to fuck with our heads on that level. But here go the fucked up part about it. It's up to us to be the filter that our parents was for the bullshit that our kids is seeing. We not the same filters.
We are being the filter, but guess what? We got niggas saying it's okay to wear a dress as a straight man. If he bought it, he can wear it. We being the filter.
But look though, this what we fucked up at. At the end of the day, if you don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it. It shouldn't be nothing else said about it. Let that motherfucker live their life. If it ain't affecting you, if it's not affecting you or your pocket, if it's not affecting you or your pockets, why should it matter? If it's not affecting you,
we're not trying to build beta males. We're trying to build alpha males.
And again, I understand that, but you can't focus on building alpha males worried about the beta males, nigga. Let the motherfuckers be beta.
You got a real micro mindset. And I love it.
No, because look, now when you talk about a few of us on here are parents. It's only but so much filtering you can do. Because social media and everything is out there.
Thank you to all our listeners. Make sure you check out our social media platforms and our website. Follow, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with us. Please send us questions or topics that you would like to hear discussed. We'll see you next week. Peace.